how to cut useless spending and keep more money.
Are you sick of that nagging feeling when you check your bank balance, only to see your hard-earned money mysteriously vanish into thin air, leaving you with little to show for it? Do you constantly wonder why your financial dreams feel perpetually out of reach, despite your best efforts? The raw truth is, most of us are ensnared in a silent, insidious trap, relentlessly spending on things that simply don't align with what truly matters in our lives. This isn't another lecture on extreme deprivation. This guide, How to Cut Useless Spending and Keep More Money, is about fierce empowerment. We'll confront head-on the hidden root causes of overspending, pinpoint exactly where your money is betraying you, and arm you with actionable, no-nonsense strategies to reclaim your financial power. From decoding the psychological triggers that hijack your wallet to setting crystal-clear priorities and forging a resilient budget, we'll strip away the unnecessary without forcing you into painful sacrifices. Prepare to shatter old patterns. Get ready to transform your strained relationship with money. Forge unshakable habits. And finally unlock a future where your finances are a powerful tool serving your deepest ambitions, not the fleeting whims of consumerism.
1. The root of the problem: understanding your spending habits.
Let's face the grim reality. You spend money on garbage because, deep down, you still haven't grasped the brutal truth about your own habits. It's not a lack of money, it's a lack of self-respect to admit you're a master at financially sabotaging yourself.
Where the dark magic happens: identifying patterns of idiotic spending.
Do you really think you don't have a pattern? Wake up. Look at your credit card statement. Those daily coffees that add up to a small monthly fortune, the unmissable deals you bought and never used, the subscriptions you don't even remember having. All of this isn't random. It's the result of a daily ritual of small expenses that, together, form a monster. Identifying these patterns is the first step to exorcising the demon of unnecessary consumption. There's no point in closing your eyes and pretending you don't see it. The monster only grows in the dark.
The theater of emotions: how your childlike mind leads you to bankruptcy.
Ah, emotions. I'm sad. I need a treat. I'm happy. I deserve this. I'm bored. I'll buy something. Stop this nonsense. Your emotions are terrible financial advisors. Marketing knows this and plays dirty, exploiting every emotional trigger to make you open your wallet. That new gadget, it's not to make you happy. It's to fill a void that only you can solve. That expensive dinner, probably to impress someone who doesn't even care. Recognize that your purchases are often an escape, a cheap and temporary way to deal with what truly matters in your life. The truth is, the money goes and the problem remains.
The fairy tale of need versus want. Stop deluding yourself.
Really? Do you really need another shirt that will sit in your closet or another item for your collection of things I thought I'd use and didn't? Let's be blunt. Most of the things you buy are once disguised as needs. Your mind is an expert at creating outlandish justifications for every superfluous expense. The line between what you actually need to live and what you think you need to feel complete is as thin as your willpower. Learn to question this line brutally, because in the end, it's this confusion that keeps your pocket empty and your life full of junk.
2. The financial diagnosis: where your money really goes.
You've faced the ugly truth about your spending habits. Good now. Let us stop guessing and start dissecting the financial cadaver to see exactly where your hard-earned cash is bleeding out. This isn't about blaming. It's about seeing the brutal reality of your financial leaks.
The digital autopsy: tools to track your cash bleed.
Still squinting at bank statements, hoping to magically understand your spending. Get real. This isn't ancient history. It's the digital age. You need tools to track your financial hemorrhage, whether it's a sleek app that links to your bank, okay? A meticulously crafted spreadsheet, or even an old-school notebook for the analog diehards. The method doesn't matter as much as the discipline. Start logging every single cent that leaves your pocket. Yes, even that just one coffee. Every transaction is a data point, a clue in the mystery of your disappearing money. Stop relying on memory. It's a liar when it comes to your finances.
Categorizing the carnage: pinpointing your money's demise.
Once you've got the data, it's time for the categorization carnage. Don't just list expenses, group them. Food, entertainment, subscriptions, impulse buys. This isn't about neatness. It's about creating a visual map of your financial destruction. You'll be shocked, disgusted even, when you see how much you're actually pouring into categories you deem unimportant. That daily takeout, suddenly it's a down payment on something substantial. Those streaming services, they're eating away at your future. This exercise is your personal horror movie, revealing the true villains in your budget.
Unmasking the invisible drains, the silent killers of your wallet.
Now for the real gut punch. The invisible drains. These are the subtle, insidious leaks you barely notice. The annual subscription that renews without a thought, the fees you pay for convenience, the interest accumulating on your credit card because you're carrying a balance. These aren't flashy expenses. They're the silent killers of your wealth, chipping away at your financial foundation while you're distracted by the next shiny object. Dig deep. Scrutinize every recurring payment, every small charge. You'll find that these seemingly minor outflows are often the most destructive because they operate below your radar, draining you dry without a single conscious decision. Ready to confront these revelations and move on to setting your financial priorities.
3. Defining priorities. What truly matters to you?
E ripped off the Band-Aid and stared down your spending habits. You've even performed a brutal autopsy on your bank statements. Now comes the moment of truth. Figuring out what in this chaotic financial landscape actually matters to you. Because until you define your true north, you'll keep drifting, spending on anything the current throws your way.
The soul-searching exercise, clarifying your financial North Star.
Forget what Instagram tells you to want. This isn't about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about what makes your blood hum. Take a cold, hard look at your life. What are your short-term goals? Getting out of debt? Building a small emergency fund? What about the medium term? A new skill? A down payment on a place? And the long-term vision? Financial independence? Early retirement? A legacy? This isn't a casual thought. It's a deep dive. Grab a pen and paper or a blank document and force yourself to articulate these. If you can't define what you're aiming for, every dollar you spend is essentially aimless, drifting into the void.
Aligning your artillery, matching spending with your values.
Now that you've got your targets, it's time to align your financial artillery. Look at those spending categories you painstakingly dissected earlier. Are your dollars flowing towards your stated values and goals, or are they still funding a lifestyle that's utterly detached from your true aspirations? If your biggest expense is daily takeout, but your goal is to save for a house, there's a disconnect. If you claim to value experiences but spend all your disposable income on material possessions, you're lying to yourself. This is where the rubber meets the road. Every purchase is a vote for what you truly value. Make sure your votes are going to the things that genuinely matter to you, not just fleeting impulses.
The higher purpose, fueling your motivation to save.
Let's be clear. Saving money just to have more money is a dead-end street for most. It's boring. It's a grind. You need a higher purpose. What does having more money enable you to do? Is it freedom from a soul-crushing job? The ability to travel the world? Peace of mind knowing you're secure? When you connect saving to a deeply personal, motivating why, it stops being a chore and starts becoming a powerful tool. This purpose is the fuel that will keep you going when the urge to splurge hits. Without it, you're just cutting expenses for the sake of it, and that's a battle you'll lose every single time. With your priorities now sharply defined, are you ready to learn the strategies for cutting the fat without feeling like you're sacrificing everything?
4. Strategic strikes. Cutting unnecessary spending without major sacrifices.
You've faced your demons, dissected your financial corpse, and even defined what truly matters. Now comes the pragmatic part. The precision strikes. This isn't about self-flagellation. It's about being ruthlessly efficient, hacking away the dead weight without feeling like you're living in a cave.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Small changes, big impact.
Still clinging to the delusion that you need to make grand, dramatic cuts to see a difference? Nonsense. The true financial warriors know that the most effective battles are won with death by 1,000 cuts. Start with the low-hanging fruit, the obvious parasites. Those streaming subscriptions you haven't touched in months, kill them. The gym membership you rarely use, terminate it. Your phone plan that's bloated with data you never consume, optimize it. These seemingly minor recurring expenses are often the stealthiest wealth destroyers, quietly siphoning off your cash month after month. Eliminating them feels less like a sacrifice and more like finally amputating a gangrenous limb. You won't miss them, but your bank account will certainly thank you.
The 30-day gauntlet. The conscious pause before the plunge.
Impulse buys are the crack cocaine of consumerism. They offer instant gratification, followed by a lingering sense of regret and a lighter wallet. To combat this addiction, institute the 30-day gauntlet. When you feel that insatiable urge to buy something non-essential, a new gadget, an expensive piece of clothing, or another trinket for your cluttered home, impose a mandatory 30-day waiting period. Don't think about it, don't research it, just put it out of your mind. It's more often than not, after a month, the craving will have vanished, and you'll realize you didn't need it after all. This isn't about denying yourself. It's about building mental discipline and separating true desire from fleeting impulse. You'll save money, yes, but you'll also gain immense control over your own mind.
The art of the deal. Hunting for value, not just buying blindly.
Are you still paying full price for everything like a naive rookie? Wake up and smell the savings. The world is a marketplace, and negotiation and research are your most powerful weapons. Before you buy anything, from insurance to internet services, from groceries to large purchases, do your homework. Compare prices. Look for alternatives. Don't be afraid to ask for a better deal, or to mention a competitor's offer. Many companies would rather retain your business at a slightly lower price than lose you entirely. This isn't about being cheap, it's about being smart. It's about ensuring every dollar you do spend delivers maximum value rather than being carelessly thrown away. With these sharp tools in hand, are you ready to fortify your defenses against the constant barrage of consumer temptations?
5. Fortifying your fortress, building an environment for financial freedom.
You've cut the fat, identified the leaks, and sharpened your focus. Now it's time for the ultimate defense. Building a fortress around your finances. This isn't about willpower alone. It's about engineering your surroundings to make smart money choices the path of least resistance. Effectively short-circuiting your brain's impulse triggers.
Eradicating the enemy, avoiding consumption triggers.
You wouldn't invite a vampire into your house, so why do you constantly invite consumption triggers into your digital and physical space? Those endless social media feeds crammed with curated lifestyles and must-have gadgets. Unfollow, mute, or drastically limit your exposure. Window shopping online or in malls when you have no specific need? That's not harmless browse. It's a direct assault on your wallet. Unsubscribe from promotional emails that scream buy now. And avoid websites that prey on your weaknesses. Understand your personal kryptonite, whether it's online sales, specific stores, or certain influencers, and build a digital and physical firewall against them. Out of sight, out of mind, and out of your bank account.
The low-cost lifestyle, cultivating affordable joys.
If your only idea of fun involves spending money, you're trapped. Break free by developing hobbies and activities that won't bankrupt you. The world is teeming with free or low-cost ways to find joy, stimulate your mind, and connect with others. Hiking, reading at the library, cooking at home, exploring local parks, learning a new skill online for free, or reconnecting with old friends for simple hangouts. These aren't just budget-friendly alternatives. They often lead to deeper satisfaction and less post-purchase regret than another material acquisition. Shift your identity from consumer to creator or explorer. And watch your spending plummet while your quality of life soars.
The power of the blueprint. Planning as your impulse shield.
Impulse is the enemy of financial discipline, and its greatest weakness is planning. When you plan your meals, your errands, your week, and especially your discretionary spending, you remove the fertile ground where impulse thrives. Hungry and no food at home? Impulse takeout? Need something but didn't list it? Impulse purchase? By mapping out your needs and wants in advance, you create a blueprint for your money. This premeditated approach allows you to make rational decisions when your brain is calm, rather than reactive ones when it's under stress or temptation. A simple grocery list, a planned budget for entertainment, or even just setting an intention for how you'll spend your free time can act as a powerful shield against the forces trying to empty your pockets. With your financial fortress now firmly established, are you ready to learn how to make your budget work for you, allowing guilt-free spending on what truly matters?
6. The magic of the flexible budget. Guilt-free spending for what matters.
You've built your fortress. Now let's talk about stocking its armory, not with more junk, but with intentional, powerful resources. This isn't about rigid deprivation. It's about a flexible budget, a living document that empowers you to spend on what truly matters, sans the crushing weight of guilt.
Your financial blueprint. Crafting a budget that breathes.
Forget those rigid, suffocating budgets your grandma used. This isn't a straitjacket, it's a dynamic blueprint. Your budget should adapt to your reality and your evolving objectives, not the other way around. Life happens. Some months you'll have unexpected expenses, others unexpected windfalls. The key is to create categories that make sense for your life, not some arbitrary template. Allocate specific amounts to your non-negotiables: rent, food, utilities, then dedicate portions to your newfound priorities. Those goals you defined earlier. This is about giving every dollar a job, a purpose, a destination. When you know where every penny is going, you regain control, and suddenly the fear of running out disappears.
The treat yourself principle. Allocating funds for conscious indulgence.
One of the quickest ways to derail a budget is to starve yourself of all pleasure. That's a fool's errand. The treat yourself principle isn't about mindless splurging. It's about consciously allocating funds for your mimos, those small, enjoyable indulgences that make life worth living. Whether it's a specific amount for dining out, a dedicated fund for a hobby, or even a small no questions asked category, budget it in. When you plan for these pleasures, they transform from guilt-inducing impulse buys into earned rewards. This strategic allowance prevents rebellion and binge spending, making your overall financial plan sustainable and, dare I say, enjoyable.
The joy of the save. Making frugality your new addiction.
Let's flip the script. Most people see saving as a chore, a sacrifice. That's for amateurs. You, the financial warrior, will learn to make the act of saving a pleasurable addiction. Watch your savings account grow. Track your progress toward those meaningful goals. Celebrate every small victory, hitting a savings milestone, paying off a chunk of debt, or simply making it through a week without an impulse buy. Gamify it. Reward yourself for hitting targets. When you shift your mindset from depriving myself to empowering my future, the process becomes inherently rewarding. The thrill of watching your wealth accumulate will soon overshadow the fleeting pleasure of another pointless purchase. With your flexible budget now empowering you, are you ready to learn how to make that hard-earned money start working for you, truly multiplying your efforts?
7. Multiplying your spoils. Making your money work for you.
You've mastered the art of defense and built a flexible budget. Now, it's time to go on the offensive. This isn't just about saving your money, it's about forcing it to procreate. This section is your initiation into the dark arts of wealth creation, turning your hard-earned cash into a tireless soldier that works 24/7 for you.
The Alchemist's Apprentice. Basic principles of saving and low-risk investing.
Forget magic spells. The real alchemy is making your money grow without constant toil. You've been diligently saving. Now what's next? First, understand the brutal simplicity of basic savings accounts. They're safe, but they barely beat inflation. They're for parking cash temporarily, not for true growth. Then, move to low-risk investment vehicles. Think high-yield savings accounts, money market funds, or even short-term certificates of deposit. These aren't going to make you rich overnight, but they'll ensure your money isn't just sitting idle, gathering dust. This is your training ground where you learn the ropes without risking your entire war chest.
The Unbreakable Shield. The non-negotiable emergency fund.
Before you even think about chasing big returns, you need your unbreakable shield. The emergency fund. This isn't optional. It's non-negotiable. Life will throw curveballs, job loss, medical emergencies, car repairs. And without this fund, you'll be forced back into debt, undoing all your hard work. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses stashed in an easily accessible liquid account. Like that high-yield savings account we just discussed. Fund isn't for fun, it's for peace of mind, a buffer that allows you to weather any storm without compromising your long-term goals. Build it and guard it fiercely.
The compound effect. Small actions, monumental long-term gains.
Here's the secret weapon of the truly wealthy. the compound effect. It's deceptively simple, yet incredibly powerful. It means earning returns not only on your initial investment, but also on the accumulated interest or dividends from previous periods. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but as it gathers momentum and more snow, it becomes an unstoppable force. Even small, consistent contributions, invested wisely over time, will yield monumental results. The key is consistency and time. Don't underestimate the power of starting now, even with a little. Every dollar you invest today has decades to multiply, turning seemingly insignificant actions into staggering wealth. With your money now actively working for you, are you ready to learn how to sustain this momentum and truly secure your financial freedom for the long haul?
8. Maintaining the momentum. Long-term financial dominance.
You've built the foundation, waged war on wasteful spending, and even put your money to work. This isn't a temporary diet, it's a permanent shift. The final frontier is ensuring your financial dominance isn't a fleeting victory, but a sustainable, long-term reality.
The continuous reconnaissance. Regularly reviewing your financial blueprint.
Thinking your financial plan is a set-it-and-forget-it system is for the naive. Life changes. Markets fluctuate. Your goals evolve. Therefore, regularly reviewing and adjusting your financial blueprint is not optional. It's a critical mission. Set quarterly or semi-annual financial checkup appointments with yourself. Are your categories still relevant? Are you hitting your savings targets? Do your investments still align with your risk tolerance and goals? This continuous reconnaissance allows you to adapt to new challenges and seize new opportunities, ensuring your financial strategy remains sharp and effective, not a relic of a past you no longer inhabit.
Celebrating the kills, fueling your motivation with victories.
The grind can be relentless, and burnout is a silent killer of discipline. That's why celebrating small victories isn't just a nice-to-have. It's essential for maintaining motivation. Did you hit a new savings milestone? Paid off a particularly annoying debt? Successfully resisted a massive impulse buy? Acknowledge it. Reward yourself within your budget, of course. These aren't just moments of pride. They're psychological reinforcements that tell your brain, this is working. Keep going. Don't wait for the grand finale. Every small kill along the way deserves its moment of recognition to keep the fire burning.
The abundance mindset. Forging a new financial reality.
Ultimately, true financial freedom isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about forging a mindset of abundance and freedom. Stop viewing money as a scarce resource you're constantly fighting for. Instead, see it as a tool, an enabler of your deepest desires and goals. Understand that by mastering your spending and making your money work for you, you're not just cutting costs. You're building options, security, and the power to live life on your own terms. This shift in perspective transforms the entire journey from one of deprivation to one of limitless potential. It's about owning your financial destiny, not being enslaved by it. So, the roadmap is laid bare. The strategies are in your hands. The question now is simple. Are you ready to stop making excuses and finally claim the financial freedom you claim to desire? Or will you continue to be a pawn in the game of consumption, forever watching your money vanish into the abyss? The choice, as always, is yours.